Petals on the last bus. Deep in the hillside behind our campus, a strange urban legend lingers. They say that on certain foggy nights, if you wait alone on campus, you might see a bus that doesn't exist on any schedule. Its headlights glow faintly in the mist. The passengers are silent shadows. The driver never speaks. Those who board it are never seen again. Some climb the mist and eventually return, transformed into flowers, blooming quietly in forgotten corners of the mountain. Perhaps these are just whispers between students, passed down to scare or amuse. I never believed these legends, but somehow the story grows stronger each year, like a memory refusing to fade. The back hill behind our campus is always foggy, especially at dusk. That night, our club meeting had run especially late. Outside the clubroom on the mountain, the windows had already turned so dark that you couldn't tell the time. As I said goodbye to my friend, she smiled and reminded me, "Remember to catch the last campus bus, or you'll have to climb back to the dorm in the dark again." I nodded, slung my backpack over my shoulder, and rushed to the station. The campus bus approached slowly, its headlights diffused into soft hollows in the mist. I boarded. There were only a few shadow-light passengers. The whole bus was all silent. The driver kept his head down, his cap brim hiding his eyes. As the bus climbed the winding road, my eyelids grew heavy. Outside the window, the scenery seemed to repeat itself. The same trees, the same signs, again and again. Sleep overtook me, and when I opened my eyes again, I was the only one left in the car. I hurried to pick up my backpack and got off the bus. The door closed behind me, and the school bus slowly drove away into the darkness. I looked around. There's no station sign, no familiar road. Except for the bamboo forest and the faint chirping of insects, I was the only one left in the world. I walked forward, trying to find a familiar road. On the way, I passed a seemingly abandoned pavilion with a tree leaning against it. I walked forward to check, trying to find any trace of living people nearby. But unfortunately, there was no trace of human activity except mosquitoes. As I moved forward, a huge black shadow appeared in the distance in front of me. It was a statue, a massive bronze figure I had never seen before. I passed in front of it. Its cold, lifeless eyes seemed to follow me. A chill ran down my spine, and I quickened my pace to leave. I continued to move forward, and the surroundings seemed to become quiet. Even the chirping of insects that usually seem noisy stopped. A faint fragrance began to spread through the air, almost sweet, almost sick. The night fog was wet and clung to my skin, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching me. I started to regret staying late at school. Suddenly, I saw an abandoned school building in the distance. The outer walls were covered with vines, and it seemed to have been abandoned for a long time. But I had never heard of any abandoned school building in our school. I walked in, trying to find a clue as to where this place was. As I expected, there was no one inside. The corridor was pitch black. The classroom was empty, and the only thing I found was the red petals that kept appearing in the corridor. I found that the fragrance of flowers around me was getting stronger and stronger. The strange phenomenon prompted me to speed up my exploration, hoping to get out of this strange school building as soon as possible. As I walked out of the school building, I was shocked to find that there were strange flowers blooming all around me. I took a step forward, and then I couldn't move. Something was holding my feet. I looked down and saw fine roots growing from my soles, burrowing into the ground. My fingertips began to glow, becoming thin and fragile, just like petals. I was cold, even in the humid summer air. I tried to scream, but I was too afraid to utter a word. Only the scent of those strange red blossoms surrounded me, growing stronger. I was dizzy. Just before I lost consciousness, I heard a voice whisper, "You can't leave. Stay here forever." And at that moment, I understood. The legend was real. The ridiculous campus tale we always laugh about was true. But it was too late. At that moment, some memories suddenly came to my mind. I remember that I once heard rumors about students disappearing mysteriously a few years ago. A student took the school bus back to his dormitory at night, but his roommate claimed that he never went back. After that, the student disappeared, and no trace of him has been found so far. Another rumor occurred a few months ago, when a student was found lying in the grass on the back mountain by a patrolling guard, his body wrapped in leaves and vines. After being found, he was in a state of extreme panic and kept saying about red flowers. Maybe you don't believe in this story, just like I didn't. But now I know it's real. I may never return to tell anyone what I have experienced. I may never speak again. There's a campus legend that says, if you take a bus that doesn't exist, you'll turn into a flower on the back hill. And those flowers, they are the one who never made it back. Now I understand. Because I'm no longer human. I'm a flower. And the last thing I remember was my friend waving to me at the station. And I can never wave back.